Okay, I'm not gonna lie. That intro popped up in my head as I was like looking through stuff, and I gotta admit, that was probably one of the best ideas I've ever come up with in my life. Hands down. Oh, man, if anyone ever watched that cartoon when they were younger, you would understand why I made that joke. Hey, hey, you out in the streets. Don't you see the man is. Hold on, wait. Johnny Somali? Don't you see the man is Kappa Mike? Johnny Somali. Hey, wait. Let's try it again. Kappa Mike? So it's four syllables. Johnny Somali. Don't you see the man is Johnny Somali? Doesn't flow, but oh man, that. Oh, that was a good one. But going on from trolling this intro aside. Right, Johnny Somali. I gotta stop saying the Japanese. Jesus, it's Johnny Somali. So he has been, kind of a charged with a bit of a 200k yen for his little stunts in Japan. And before we really go into it, I just gotta say, what is up with people and like pranking Japanese people? You know what I mean? Like streamers going over to Japan just like pranking the shit out of Japanese people. You know they don't like that, right? Like nobody likes being pranked because like in America people will just pull a gun on your ass, but Japan is just like it's even stranger. And the problem with that is eventually, me, I would like to go to Japan. I think it'd be a cool experience. But when you have idiots like this running around, I might be blacklisted before even entering the country, which is crazy. Ugh. My gosh, I can't do it. And as a general rule of thumb, I'll tell you guys, whenever you're traveling, you should treat yourself as you're a guest in someone else's house. Like you're a guest in someone else's country. So, while a guest is respected upon, if the guest, pushes their buttons a bit too much, they should get kicked out. Okay? That's how I see traveling in general. Ugh. Anyways, that's not even like the worst of it either. I'm pretty sure like this is not as bad as like actually no, I was gonna say not as bad as Logan Paul, but when Logan Paul was in Japan, this man was straight just menacing everybody. But this one's much worse because this man was walking into like construction sites and being a general nuisance, and also like the Yakuza, I'm pretty sure, were after this guy too. Like he was getting slapped all around. Well, not getting slapped, but he was everywhere. And then you see, finally, Japan's like, listen, we're gonna crack down on this moron because we've had enough of this man, huh? Yeah. But anyways, so I'm just gonna go through a couple of things here. So just don't mind me. We're gonna read officially what this place says, or what this says about Mr. Johnny Somali, and this is from the Sankei Shimbun. I cannot read. This is from an official like Japanese publication, whatever. This is translated obviously, so if this looks a bit off, it is Google Translate because I cannot read Japanese to save my life. I can barely even speak it. Matter of fact, actually, I can't even speak it that well. But so I'm gonna read a bit of this and then let's get to it. Junk net distributor Johnny Somali and Ismail Ramzi Khalid, defendant, 24. It was held by Osaka Gyojo, Judge Yongbok. Khalid, defendant, does not deny that he has taken. I also regret my actions. However, he denied some of the charges that the audio was automatically flowed. Okay, sorry. This is really hard to read. Oh my god. These translations sound so off. On this day, Khalid, defendant, appeared in a white cutter shirt and black pants when the judge confirmed the defendant's name, Jesus, okay, etc. He answered with a powerless voice while lowering his line of sight. According to the indictment, around 1:30 on September 12th, at a restaurant in Taramibori, Chokyu, Osaka City, there were other guests, but while playing loud music while filming on a smartphone, the clerk said he had forced him to respond to the defendant. Khalid, defendant, repeated nuisance in Japan and delivered live in a video, earned from viewers, known as a nuisance distributor. Man, you gotta love these labels. On the exchange site SNS. He was arrested by the Osaka Metropolitan Police Department in September on charges of invading a hotel construction site in Osaka City and then re-arrested on charges of disability regarding the indecent incident of pub building invasion. The Osaka ground inspection is indicted. Indictment. And of course gets a fine of 200,000 yen. I believe is what I said earlier, but that's what he gets. Anyways, that's basically what we have seen here. That's the whole That's basically the gist of what's going on with Johnny. And now, of course, if you want to know like how strict Japan is when it comes to dishing out punishment, let's first go over their conviction rate. Okay, so they have a conviction rate of about 99%, which is very high if you haven't noticed. So as I'm showing you on the screen right here, that's a very high conviction rate because you're gonna tell me that you're going to escape the Japanese justice system, and on top of all that, most prosecutors will take cases that they know they can win. So that leads to, of course, the 99.8% conviction rate. And this is higher than even some, like, other countries that are a bit less flexible, we'll say. And then, if you want to know how crazy it can get, so this other prankster here was caught licking soy sauce from a conveyor belt restaurant, and he faces 3 years in prison after doing this. Well, by the way, this was all recorded publicly and all that. 3 years. Now, if you want to argue that that's punishment a bit much, I kind of would agree with you, honestly, because that's a lot. But at the same time, I actually like that they're cracking down on these retarded ass live streamers, because why the fuck do you want to go to another country and just be a total menace? Though this guy was Japanese, but point is, I don't like public pranksters. I don't like menaces like this because they are so annoying and they literally ruin the experience for everybody else. So I have no sympathy for them. Matter of fact, they should bring down the hammer on Johnny Somali as much as they can. And I thought they would, like, to be honest though, I thought they were just gonna, like, make him pay a fine and deport him. But I guess they really, like, want to make an example out of him to deter other live streamers from doing all that. And when I really think about it too, it's just like you're sitting there asking yourself why, like, what is the point? Like, yes, you get your content in the day, but you're just a massive inconvenience to everybody else, which is what I really, really don't like, and it really doesn't sit well with me personally. But maybe Johnny, while he's getting his punishment, maybe he can reflect on it in prison, because I'm gonna pull up to you the bit of a cycle in Japanese prison. And from what I've heard as well about these prisons, they're a little bit, they'll drive you a bit insane. Not because, like, of, like, poor conditions, but because, well, let's just say they're not very friendly to the psyche with the whole monotonous work. So, let's take a look. So here, it says he wakes up at 6:45 a.m., and then he has breakfast, you go to work, you work for a bit, you exercise, then you work again, you have lunch, you work, you have another break, you work again, you have an evening dinner check, and you get some free time. And that's all in a 24-hour period, and then you go sleep and you do it all over again. And so, depending on what he gets charged with, this could be the next, like, 3 to 4 years of his life. Not looking good. So, he has have, the free time to maybe do some reflection, pray a little bit, do whatever it takes. But as you can see here, they're literally going to have him working a 9 to 5 in prison, pretty much, and then doing it all over again. So, I believe these are usually to deter people from, committing offenses, because you go insane more from routine than, other methods. Ay. I don't know what it is with it's almost like streaming goes through phases, and like YouTube goes through phases, because sometimes there'll be a peak of like prank content, like all the way at the top, and that will die off. Then it goes to like live streaming, like IRL streaming, and just being a general nuisance goes down, and whatever the next trend is, I don't know, like Twitch and their new policy, that's a new trend, goes down, up again, and it's like bathtubs. It's like, whew. Generally speaking, I find streaming that tends to cycle a lot of different shenanigans, but this one has to be one of the worst trends, like hands down, just because these people are literally causing a ruckus for views. Oh man, insane. Oof. But yeah, no. If you feel bad for this guy, then, well, I can't help you with that one, because I do not feel bad for this man at all. And I feel like, to an extent too, like, even though there's been people before him who've caused like a general nuisance to like the Japanese government and been annoying in Japan, I feel like this is just another way to propel them to crack down even more on streaming. Because I believe I saw a couple of things where they're like, oh, we're going to start banning like recording in restaurants and all that. And I don't record in restaurants personally, but I'm sure there's people who would mind doing it and who are totally, cordial and all that. But he's really ruined the experience for everybody, which is why I cannot stand when, one bad apple poisons the rest or seeds the soil. Man, I gotta work on my phrases. ah, yeah. But anyways, that's about it. Yeah, Johnny Somali. Pretty interesting case overall to take a look at because this man as is gonna hopefully stop menacing after he's done. But generally, the life cycles that people say they're gonna stop, but they usually start going again even after they get punished. So I pray that he cuts it out because that makes it better for the whole world. But menaces like these should really just be cracked down upon and prevented from doing the stuff again and again and again. Because why would we want to have a Johnny Somali running around the world? Oof. But hopefully, like I said, in prison, he looks on his life and says, maybe I shouldn't be menacing and I can just go out and relax. Chill out a little bit. But yeah, that's about it from me. Hopefully you guys have a good holiday. I will be gone for a little bit, so I will not be posting videos over the next couple of weeks. Don't miss me too much though. I will try to drop something, a little surprise for you guys. Well, I'll record it before I leave, but it's already done. But anyways, I digress. If you like this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and follow my socials down in the description below. And leave a dislike if you want to. You're probably one of these IRL streamers anyway. But I'm gonna head out now.